Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a disappointing makeup products video. I love doing these because I'm constantly talking about products that I love and my holy grail, so I like updating you guys also on products that didn't work for me. And that being said, I've done several of these videos in the past. If you guys are interested, I'll leave those linked below. Some of them are super old, but I always have to make the disclaimer that if I mention something that you really love that didn't work for me, please have an open mind about it, because that's just how makeup is. I mean, it's all about trial and error, and just because I like something doesn't mean you're gonna like it, and vice versa. So just wanted to put that out there and just keep that in mind. So I hope you guys do enjoy the video. I do have quite a lot of products, I feel like, but they're like scattered. They're all over the place. Some of them are super random, but I will leave all details and everything down below, as well as what I'm wearing, if you guys are interested as well. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, so I'm gonna start with face products first. I'm gonna start with some face primers and try and keep this video semi-organized. So first I have the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Primer. This is the 12-hour Power Primer. This is just what it looks like. You can find Hard Candy products at Walmart, and this is one of my favorite brands when it comes to primers, and I love a lot of their primers, but this one, the whole 12-hour thing and like the long wearing, the makeup, I really just don't feel like this does anything. This almost feels like a moisturizer when I apply it. Like, it just literally does nothing. So it doesn't make my makeup last any longer, and it kind of makes my face feel a little bit oily. So it's like an oily type of moisturizer, basically, not a primer. So I love Hard Candy, but this for me was a no-go. Next up I have the NYX Angel Veil Primer. I wanted to love this. I heard so many good things about this primer, and it actually took me a really long time to like hop on the bandwagon and try this out. It's been out for forever. This is not a new product, but the reason I don't like this is because it makes my face feel just very oily. Like, not really greasy, but when I put my makeup on, I just feel like it's kind of sliding all over the place, and it just doesn't really prolong my makeup. It doesn't do a lot for my face. When I first applied it, I feel like it does kind of like smooth my face out and make it look like, you know, soft and everything, but it just doesn't really do much for my makeup. It says it's oil free, but I'll have to disagree with that. I feel like it's not completely oil free. Like, when I'm actually going to apply my foundation over top of it, it just doesn't really sit well on my face. So this is also really pricey to be like a drugstore primer. This is almost $20, so for me, I would pass on it. I think there's a lot of other higher end primers and more drugstore primers that are way better than this one. Okay, then I have two foundations to talk about. This one I actually did mention in my haul update that I did a couple weeks ago, the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. I just had to mention it again because I actually ended up using it once or twice after that video, because I'm like, let me give it a whirl one last time, because this is really pricey. This is like a $40-some foundation, so I'm like, let me just try it out again. And officially, I do not like this foundation. It oxidizes, very orangey. Mine, by the way, if you're wondering, is in the shade 5.0. It's just a very thick and heavy foundation. When I have it on, you can see that I have makeup on, like when you look at me up close, and it's just not a good look. So love the packaging of this. I really like how sleek and lightweight it is, and the coverage is actually really nice with this foundation, but the way it just sits on my face and the way that it looks, and it literally looks on my face like super white when I first apply it, and then like some of you guys were saying, I look like a Cheeto by the end of the night because that's how orangey this oxidizes. So no bueno. Next I have the L'Oreal Lumi Cushion Foundation. I actually meant to talk about this in my last disappointing products video, but I forgot. But I really don't like this foundation. It's so light coverage. I mean, when I first used it, I thought that it looked really good, but I really feel like I have to build it up to get it to be like a decently medium coverage. But basically, it just looks like this. I'm sure you guys have seen it. You just take your beauty blender or brush and dab it in there, and then you just apply it on your face. I like the concept of having the foundation in here like very compact. I think it's convenient, and it's really less messy than just a traditional liquid foundation. I don't know, the coverage just isn't there for me. It tended to break up a lot or here, like around my cheek area. I have a lot of issues with that with certain foundations. They just like break up on my face, and especially around my nose area, a lot in my mouth. For me, it just wasn't good, and it was really pricey. This, I want to say I paid like $15 or $16 for it, and I just feel like when you have to constantly dip your beauty blender or your brush back in here to get more coverage, you're just wasting more product, so this isn't going to last a very long time for the price. So in my opinion, it's not worth it. Okay, I have some eye things to talk about. I have a lot of eyeliners actually, but I'm going to start with eyeshadow palettes. The first one I have is the the Wet n Wild Petal Plusher palette. This is just the purple one. I love these Wet n Wild palettes. I own pretty much every single color. The Comfort Zone one is my favorite, and they're all really pigmented, but for some reason, I don't know what it is, if maybe I got a dud, but this purple one was just not easy to work with at all. The colors weren't showing up, they weren't easy to blend. It was just not a good palette. I did a tutorial on it and it was a legit fail a couple months ago in the summer, and it's weird because when you actually go to swatch it, there's actual pigment when I apply it on my fingers, but it's like blending them out. The colors are just very chalky, very ashy, and very just not like Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild eyeshadows are like probably the best from the drugstore, so I was really surprised when this palette didn't work, but I don't know if it's just the purple one in general, but I've tried several other ones and I've never had any issues. So for me, this one is just no bueno. Next up, I have the NYX Ultimate Shadow Palette. This one's in the shade Warm Neutrals. It's actually the eyeshadow palette I have on my eyes today. I wanted to use it one last time before giving you guys my final thoughts on it, and the reason it's not that I don't like this palette, it's beautiful, as you can see. Like, it just has a ton of warm neutral shades, and I actually used this in one of my dupe videos because I thought at first, like when I saw it, it was going to be a dupe for the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, but the thing I don't like about it is the fact that it is a little bit pricier. It's $18. I got mine online on their website, and all the shadows in here are not consistent. So some are more pigmented than others, and they're not like extremely pigmented, like, oh my god, like mind-blowing. You do have to build them up, which, like, if this palette was a little bit cheaper, like if it was like maybe $10 or $12, I wouldn't mind, but it's close to $20. So if I were you guys, I would honestly just save my money, splurge on an Anastasia palette, or just save your money in general and get like a Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette or something, because like I said, some of them are really pigmented, but their eyeshadows are not like mind-blowing, and some of them you do have to build them up more than others. So for an inconsistent palette for the price, like I said, I would just go and get something different. With the shadows that I have on today, I had to really like build them up and, you know, kind of use different shadows as well to blend things out, because not all the shades in here are like bam in your face. Speaking of eyes, I have a pair of lashes. These are from the Sephora collection. I was actually going to use these in one of my dupes videos, and then I got them in the mail and I'm like, what are these? I do not like these lashes at all. They're in the style Plush. That is just what they look like. They look pretty decent. I mean, just like simple lashes, but I just feel like they look like little tiny fur balls on my eyes. Like, they're just not very complimentary. They just don't complement my eye shape well, or just anything. They just didn't look good on me. So these were pretty pricey, like close to $20, I want to say, which for me that's pricey because I usually get like lashes just from the drugstore that are really inexpensive. So I just don't like the style of them on my eyes personally. I think that's just what sucks in general about shopping online. They looked really more like dramatic online, but then when I got them, they were like just not cute. So please let me know of your favorite lashes down below, whether they're high-end or drugstore, because I always use the same ones. I never really find other lashes that like I love except like the Ardell or Kiss or Eyelure ones. So let me know of your faves down below. Next up, I have a couple eyeliners to talk about. So the first ones are the Colorupop Cream Gel Pencil Liners, and I have two shades. The first one is in Mr. Bing and in Get Paid. I heard really good things about the Colorupop liners, that they were really long wearing, and I don't know if I got two duds because I have seen them on other people and they look really gorgeous and pigmented, but I have to really build them up and sit there and like draw on my eye like back and forth for the liner to actually show up. And I noticed that these eyeliners just fade with minutes of me wearing them, so they're not long wearing at all for me. I have to build them up, and my eyes are really sensitive, so when I have to constantly build up eyeliners, my eyes tend to water, so it's kind of just like they're just not good. So the swatches are actually really pretty. Get Paid is a really nice bronze shade, and Mr. Bing was actually the collab that Kathleen Lights did with them, so nothing against her or anything like that, but it's just like the liners in general, both of them, they're pigmented when you swatch them, but actually applying them to my waterline, like, they didn't even last at all. So these aren't like expensive. They're only $6 a piece, but let me know if you guys have had issues with Colorupop liners or if I got duds, because I wanted to love them because the shades are gorgeous, but on my eyes they just didn't work. I have another eye product to mention. This is the Revlon PhotoReady Eye Art. It comes with a glitter side and a liquid kind of creamy shadow side. I've raved about these before on my channel. I have other colors that I really like. I've done tutorials tutorials with them, but this purple color, I don't know what it is, like with purple, I did a tutorial, I attempted actually to do a tutorial with these two, and it was a complete fail. It was a couple months ago, but these, I don't know what it is about this purple color, it just did not work for me. It was really hard to work with, and it was goopy. It just was not sticking to my eyes correctly. I don't know what is up with it, but I really wanted to love it because it's a really pretty like lavender shade. Like, look how gorgeous that is. I really like that, but on my eyes it was just not good at all. Basically, the concept behind these is you take the liquid shadow first, which is this right here, you apply it on your lids, and then you let that dry a little bit, and then you apply the glitter over top. So I love the other shades that I've tried, but the purple, man, I don't know what it is with purple and me, but it just does not mix very well. Okay, I have two other eyeliners. The first one is this Ardency in just black eyeliner. I saw a couple people raving about this, and I'm always looking for a really good black liner, so I'm like, let me just splurge at Sephora and this might be good. And it's not really mind-blowing, like it's not an awful eyeliner. I just don't think it's worth the money, and I feel like it performs just as good as a regular drugstore liner. So I spent like 20 bucks on this, and or maybe it was a little bit more, I don't really remember, but I'm just disappointed in that it doesn't really last any longer than like my $5 Wet n Wild eyeliner. So that's why this is a no-go for me. Then I have the NYX Jolie Black Gel Pencil Liner. This one's in the shade Pitch Black, and I don't like this just because this, again, is very pricey, and when you swatch it, it's really black. But when I actually went to apply it to my waterline and my upper lash line to tight line, it was just like I had to build it up and build it up and build it up, and it doesn't last at all. I forget exactly how much I paid for this. I think it was like $13. So yeah, everything that I got is like close to $20. It wasn't creamy and just really pigmented on my waterline and really smooth and easy to work with. So it looks good. I'm gonna swatch it, but
looks can be deceiving.
I then have a mascara. This was actually sent to me and I don't love it. This is the Voluminous Feline, I don't know how to say it, but it's basically the new mascara that L'Oreal came out with. I was using it and I just don't like the wand. I mean, it's very hard on my eyes, like very like rough, the rubberized wand, and it's a very clumpy mascara. Like the formula of it doesn't seem like it's clumpy, but when you apply just a couple coats, especially when I'm using falsies and I apply it to my falsies, they just look very clumped together and just spidery, which I'm not really about that life. I just like long voluminous lashes, whereas this just makes them look clumpy and it does flake off a little bit on me. So this is what the wand looks like. It looks really decent, but you know when you apply mascara and it kind of like hurts your eye when you apply it? That's what I feel with this one. So packaging is super cute, and I usually really love L'Oreal mascaras. They have some of my favorite ones, but this one in particular was just not my fave.
Am I almost done? I thought I had way more products than that. Okay, I guess I am almost finished. All right.
I have two lip liners and a liquid lipstick to mention. So I have Kylie Cosmetics lip products. So I'm really sorry if you are a Kylie diehard fan, but the products that I've tried, her lip products, I'm really disappointed in them because the shipping is ridiculous and the formula of these is just like average in my opinion. They are nothing special. The lip liners, the one thing, I did really like them at first. I feel like they're really creamy and I do like the formula of them, but when I sharpen them, I just noticed that I can't even show you. Like, look what happens to them. This happens to all of my lip liners that I've owned from her. They just like fall out. Like that is really like, that's not good at all. Like if I'm spending that much money on a lip liner and with the shipping and everything, I mean, so that's why I don't like them. It's really annoying just when I sharpen them and all the product comes out, or when I'm trying to line my lips and then that happens. So very disappointed. I have Exposed and Candy K, and I will not be repurchasing any of her lip products anymore. I mean, the colors are really nice. Let's get real, they're gorgeous nudes, but the formula, like I said, and the hassle of trying to get her things is just, I feel like, not even worth it. And then I have a liquid lipstick. I only have one here, but I also had a gloss and stuff, but I actually gave those away. But I wanted to mention this Exposed. I really love this color, actually. I thought it was going to be a lot lighter when I first used it, and I don't know if her formula has improved since I bought these. I bought these in the summer, but the color is really pretty. But again, her liquid lipsticks are really drying on the lips. They're very similar to Colorupop, so that's why I feel like you might as well just get like a Colorupop order instead of getting her things, because it's literally the same thing and you're spending like triple with the shipping and everything when it comes to her lip products, and they're nothing special. When you layer them out, they will crumble, they will get really dry. Her liquid lipsticks are just not comfortable on the lips like whatsoever. So there's definitely other brands out there that I feel like are extremely similar, if not better, and it's much less of a hassle to actually get the products. So nothing against her, I'm just being honest with the lip products and everything that I've tried, but let me know if maybe the formula has changed since then. I don't know. Let me know down below in the comments. Alright guys, so those are all the products that I have. I honestly thought I had way more, but I guess not. Also, don't forget to leave me a comment letting me know of any new products that you guys have tried that have been disappointing, and feel free to leave me more video requests as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye!